UT Tyler School of Medicine has launched a new educational tool for younger students and community members. It's called the Pathways to Medicine mobile unit. And as KLTV7's Kristine Guevara shows us, it aims to get more people interested in the field of medicine.
We want to create a vision that East Texas kids can be any kind of health professional they possibly can.
This is the Pathways Explorer mobile unit, created to expose students from K through 12th grade, even undergrad students and community organizations to the world of medicine.
This is the first step to experience what it's like to save a life on a mannequin or hear heart sounds or look at anatomical models and wear a white coat for the first time.
The unit serves as a traveling educational tool.
East Texas is a large area, so we wanted to have something that would really be able to give students the opportunity to have experiences if they cannot come onto our campus.
It also builds a pipeline as they reach students from an early age.
We now have the ability for a child to start school in kindergarten and go all the way through college, medical school, residency, and fellowship and stay in East Texas to serve the needs of our communities.
These young students will get to learn from the School of Medicine students themselves in the unit, connecting that network in hopes to inspire the kids that any medical profession is attainable.
I think the very first step to prevention in any kind of disease is education. So getting out there, talking to kids, getting them excited about medicine is what we're all about, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Being from Tyler, growing up here, we didn't really have anything like this to get kids interested in medicine. So having this hands-on opportunity to see medicine like from an early age, get interested in it, is a really great opportunity.
Kristine Guevara, KLTV 7 News.
And they'll work on inspiring some students at Tyler's Jack Elementary next Thursday.